So I'm sitting in the parking lot. The internet at my house sucks, so I had to come out here so I could upload that video in less than 4 hours. But I figured since I'm already out here and I'm uploading that video, I may as well record another one because I didn't really talk about anything in that video. I just kind of ranted about people pissing me off. So I wanted to talk real quick about immigration. Now, I have some interesting thoughts on immigration because no matter where you stand on immigration, you have to acknowledge that yes, there is shit that comes over the border that shouldn't be coming over the border, and there is a huge problem going on, and it does need to be resolved. So we can either, continue endlessly bickering and arguing and fucking carrying on, calling everybody that doesn't agree with you racist, or calling everybody that doesn't agree with you some libtard that wants Muslims to take over, or whatever else you want to do. I mean, if you really want to, I guess you can just sit around and keep name calling and not accomplishing any fucking thing about the problem. But I actually came up with another interesting idea. Now, I'm fairly sure, I remember reading this, but coming across the border illegally is a misdemeanor offense. You get caught crossing the border, it's charged as a misdemeanor. And then if you get caught more doing it again after that, I think it goes up to a felony, but I'm pretty sure it's still a misdemeanor offense. But here's the thing, with any other crime a person commits, what is their punishment, especially on a misdemeanor? They pay a fucking fine, right? So here we have a problem where there's people committing misdemeanor offenses and our government spending billions of dollars to try to super enforce excessively rigid laws and policies. And what's the point of that? I mean, border security gets more money than the fucking Marines. Now, could you imagine how many people would get across the border if they just sent the Marines down there instead? Nobody's getting across that fucking border. So, where the hell is all the money going if there's still such an influx of people coming across the border illegally? And then, of course, there's also the issue, only like what, 40% of them are actually coming across the border. The rest of them are coming from overstayed visas and shit like that. But here is a better solution. Let's look at the problems caused by illegal immigration. Now, a lot of people might say jobs and shit like that. Jobs are not a finite resource. Somebody getting a job doesn't mean one less job for you. In fact, quite the contrary. The more people are working, the more money there is being circulated, which means the more opening there is for other services, jobs opening up for those people with those paychecks. So it actually creates more jobs. The more people work, the more jobs become available. But there is the issue with, having to work under the table. If you're here illegally, you can't work here legally. And if you can't work here legally, then you're not paying income taxes and you're probably getting exploited by some shitty contractor that wants to fucking pay you next to nothing and, reap all the rewards from it. So, what if, we could go ahead and spend billions upon billions of dollars, trying to round them all up and, deport everybody and all that shit. But that would be a waste. What if instead we basically said, they're already here. So let's give people the opportunity. You can turn yourself in, right? When you turn yourself in, you basically register as non-resident alien or whatever you want to fucking call it, and then you can work here legally. You just have to pay a penalty. So, throw on a 10% income tax penalty. Then people can work legally. And I guarantee you, somebody would rather work, and pay an extra 10% income tax, would rather work legally for like, 12, $13 an hour doing like contractor work than work illegally getting paid like $4 or $5 an hour. I mean, it just makes more sense. And then that way they can pay that penalty for, X number of years. And then once they've paid that off for X number of years, they can, transition to legal status. And then they're not here illegally anymore. Plus, instead of spending ass tons of money to round people up. Instead, you're making money off of it. Money is coming into the system rather than going out of the system, and you're still addressing the issue. Now, of course, we wouldn't want that to be basically an encouragement to just, hey, run across the border. Borders don't mean anything. You know, we still need to have a more secure border, but what the hell good is a wall going to do? Walls can't beat ladders. Walls can't beat dynamite. Walls can't beat tunnels. Walls can't beat airplanes. Walls can't beat creative people with trampolines and a glider suit on. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point Trump's wall right now is like a tourist trap where people see how fast they can climb over the wall before they get caught. I mean, it's like a fucking joke. What we need to do is we need to utilize some of that superior American technology that we're always hearing about, and secure the border that way. You space out some border security centers along the border. You have drones, you have ground penetrating radar, have everything covered by like surveillance equipment. You can monitor every square inch of that border, and the moment you see any kind of suspicious activity, have a border security agent nearby to put a stop to it. So I think that would do a hell of a lot better job at securing our border for a lot less money than just building a wall. I mean, because plus, I mean, Mexico's an ally, right? Mexico and us are friends. So why would we want a militarized wall between us and our friends? I mean, it's not like we're Israel where we have no friends nearby and we have to have a militarized wall or else we will all get killed. I mean, but that don't even get me started on the whole Israel thing though, because that's a whole other bag of worms for a different video. But anyway, see, that's just part of the solution, right? Is, you secure the border using technology, but then the people that are already here illegally, instead of them having to live in fear and spending ass tons of money and probably never successfully catching all of them, you say, hey, you turn yourself in, you do it the right way, you can make money, you can work, you can contribute to our taxes, and you can earn your way to becoming a legal citizen. Now, interestingly enough, there's also another thing on that. It takes so long for people to get into this country, and there's refugees, there's, people that just want a better life, they just want to come over here and work. Now, America has a huge problem with our infrastructure. Like, our infrastructure is falling apart. Like, something like thousands and thousands of bridges need to be repaired. Our one solar flare is going to totally wipe out most of our electricity because shit's not set up to be shielded and shit. There are so many things of our infrastructure that need to be repaired. It's not even funny. So, you've got tons of people that want to come in and need work. You've got an economy that needs more jobs, more stimulus. You've got an infrastructure that needs to be built. So here's an idea. Why don't you set up programs like, okay, like say Arizona or Colorado or, all these regions in the country that are very sparsely populated, that barely have anything going on in them because of the conditions and because they're totally undeveloped chunks of land. Why not set up some sort of stimulus thing? Like, if you agree to come here and work in this area, you can get, your paperwork authorized faster and everything. And, we can basically use that as a way to start building more communities. It would ease the population in the larger cities, because there would also be people from cities that are wanting jobs that would move out to these areas, for the promise of work and for the promise of cheap land in the area that they can buy and help develop and basically be a part of building their own towns and communities. And this way we're easing the overcrowded cities, and we're also, what the hell, somebody honking their horn? Okay, anyway, that's what I get for recording a video in the parking lot. But these are just some thoughts that I thought I would share. And then plus, if if people with good intentions are here, and are given the opportunity to register for being here, to no longer be looking over their shoulder, they're going to do that. So then the people that are left over that still remain unregistered, then you'll be able to pretty well identify the people that aren't here with good intentions. And then those people you can deport. And then you can use all that extra money you're getting from all those extra tax penalties on the people that did come here illegally to fund that. So instead of losing money, you're making money. Instead of perpetuating a problem, you're easing a problem. And instead of treating people like, it's just, it would just be better all the way around. And, hopefully somebody else thinks so too. But anyway, I figured I'd record that because, I may as well. And I hope you like it. I'm going to go ahead and upload it too, and then I'm going to drive home. And I might do another video tomorrow or the next day or later next week or whenever I remember to and feel like it, or have something I want to say randomly. I don't know. But like, subscribe, share. Hope you enjoy. Talk to you later.